Hey everybody, welcome back. Again, this is Jen Watley Nelson. I am the founder of Lit Path Marketing, where we help the owners of offline businesses use the internet to help get them more customers and clients. First of all, I just want to thank you so much for watching my first video and for coming back again for more. Just the fact that you're here watching this second video tells me that you're very serious about changing your business for the better and about learning how to get more customers and clients using the internet. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Today we're going to talk about the 5 most common myths that I hear about internet marketing. These are the reasons business owners think that they can't do this. So I want to just take some time today to quickly dispel all of those myths so that you can really understand that this is something that you absolutely can and must do to really change and transform your business for the better. So the first myth is myth number 5. If you build it, they will come. People think that if you have a cool website that people will somehow find it, and that's just not true. Having a website is not enough. As of December 2011, there were 366,848,493 websites. Now, I don't know if that's an accurate number, but it's got to be pretty close. To put that in perspective for you, if you search in Google for plumber Toronto, you're going to get over 2.5 million search results. If you search for plumber East Hanover, the town I live in, and it's a town of about 11,000, you're going to get over 300,000 results. So with that kind of competition out there, with that many websites that the search engines are looking through to see if their results, getting on the first page to have people actually click on your link and find you is not easy. Just having a website and doing nothing to promote it is like buying a big box of brochures and never distributing them. No one will find it, no one will find out about you, and having a website will not get you new customers. That leads me to the next myth. Myth number 4. I need a fancy website. I have to tell you that you can spend a ton of money on a fancy website, but some of the most successful websites are ugly. If you look at the drudgereport.com or Huffington Post, Craigslist, these are very simple, in some cases text-based with a few images websites. They're not fancy, but they get tons of traffic. So if visual beauty isn't important to customers, what is? What customers want is accurate, up-to-date information, and they want a site that's easy and intuitive to navigate. As a matter of fact, the more it looks like you're marketing or advertising, the less customers would trust you. People don't like slick. They don't like to be sold. They don't like to be advertised or marketed to. So in some cases, having the fancy whiz-bang site is not going to serve you depending on the industry that you're in. The next myth. This internet marketing thing is going to be expensive. And I will tell you that it can be expensive to do internet marketing, especially if you're hiring a firm to do it for you. We're talking hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars per month. So here's what you can do. Educate yourself about internet marketing. That way you can make sure that you understand what you're hiring out and make sure you don't get ripped off. You're going to make sure that there's some kind of tracking and accountability if you hire a firm. And if possible, pay for performance. Don't just pay them to perform this service. See if you can arrange a deal where you pay per lead that's generated by the marketing efforts, or you give the marketing firm a percentage of your profits for the increase in business that comes as a result of the internet marketing. Now, in order to do those, you're going to have to make sure that the company has some mechanism tracking which leads come from their marketing efforts. But it could be the best money you ever spent. If you're spending $1,000 a month for marketing and you get leads that lead to $5,000 a month in revenue, well, I'd sign up for that all day, every day. So don't let the price tag necessarily scare you away. However, if you're bootstrapping, like a lot of business owners are, you can do it yourself, at least in the beginning. This is going to require a little extra education on your part to learn how to do it, but it's definitely going to be your cheaper option. And once you get going and get leads flowing in from your marketing efforts, then you can look at maybe outsourcing the work to someone else. Which leads me to the next myth, is that this is going to take too much of my time. I hear it all the time. Business owners say, I've got a business to run. I don't have time to sit in front of the computer doing I don't even know what. I don't have time for this. So here are your options in the time space. Once you've decided on a strategy, you know which areas of the internet you're going to focus on, you know what you want to do. The implementation can honestly be a lot of boring and repetitive tasks. So you can either hire a company to do it for you, like we just talked about. The good part about that is someone else is responsible for doing it and accountable to you. The con of that is it's expensive, so if you're just getting started, this may be cost prohibitive. The other thing that you can do is find free or cheap labor. You will have to manage your free or cheap labor, but this is something that I've done very successfully. One source of free or cheap labor is interns. Find your local college or community college, especially if they have a marketing program, and see if you can get an intern to help you out with some of your internet marketing. I actually did this when I ran my insurance agency. I had an intern who was fantastic. She wrote my blogs for me and set them up so that they were automatically posting a couple of times a week. It was really, really great. Another reason this is valuable for the intern is colleges still aren't teaching this stuff to kids. If they're in a marketing program, chances are they're learning all the traditional stuff that's still not working. So if they come and intern with you and learn about internet marketing, that's a skill that they can take on their job search that other kids aren't going to have. It's going to give them an edge. So, this is free labor where you're doing something good for them. They're learning a valuable skill from you, and you're obviously getting the free labor. If you can't find a good intern, the other thing to do is to use an outsourcer. There are websites like Elance or Odesk where you have people who are on there willing to work, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than you're going to pay a big marketing firm. Some of these people are overseas, but not all of them. There's lots of people in the States who are willing to do work at rates that will surprise you. So free or cheap labor is probably the way to go if you don't have time to sit in front of the computer. And the last myth is I have to be a techie. And people say to me all the time, I don't get all this internet stuff. I don't understand it. I don't have, I can't learn it. And what my response to that is anything is hard if you don't know how. I mean, riding your bike when you were a kid was hard until you learned how to do it. And now it's easy. It's something you don't think twice about. And I really believe that it's important to acquire the skills needed to successfully run my business. If it's something that I believe I need, I'll go out and learn it. That's me on my soapbox, but you really have to, even if it's putting in some time in the evenings and on the weekends to do a little extra work to learn it, I think it's worth it if it's a skill that's really important to your business. And even if I'm going to pay someone else to do these tasks, I want to understand what I'm paying for. It's very difficult to pay someone to do something that you don't understand the jargon, you don't understand the lingo. And so it's worth your time to sit down and really get a good base foundation and understanding. The good news is that there's a ton of training available out there if you know what you're looking for. If you have a good strategy in place, which is, hopefully what you're starting to learn with these training videos, then you can go out and look for training online. Some of it's going to be free and some of it's premium where it's going to cost you some money. And how much training you need and how much it's going to cost you is really dependent on you. It's going to depend on how much knowledge you're coming to the table with and how deep into it do you want to go. Are you really going to do it all yourself, or are you just trying to get a broad education so that you can go hire this out? So I hope me talking about those 5 myths has sort of reduced some of the overwhelm and answered some of the questions that you've had about how you're going to get this internet marketing thing done. Okay, so that was the top 5 myths about internet marketing. I hope that served you and showed you that you can absolutely do this. So now I want to go into my bonus feature on video marketing. And the reason I'm covering this is in our first video, I went over the 6 essential components of a good internet marketing strategy. And I gave you some tools in the Consider Strategy section to help you assess your competition and figure out what strategies you need to put in place to beat them. So this time I want to talk about video marketing because often one of the hardest things to do when you get started internet marketing is this collect clicks. Getting your content high enough in the search engine so that people actually see it is a process that takes a lot of time and effort. And one of the best ways to do that quickly without spending a lot of money is through video marketing. YouTube is one of the top sites on the internet, and Google loves YouTube videos. So if you're able to produce a video and put it on YouTube and optimize it correctly, often you can get that video to rank in the search engines before you can get your website to rank. So that's why I wanted to cover this, how to create a really quick, really easy YouTube video. It literally takes about 5 minutes from creation all the way up through uploading it onto your YouTube channel. So the link is right here, and I will post this below the video so you don't have to worry about copying this down. And I'm going to click on this and go over to the Google Search Stories Creator. So this came out of a Super Bowl ad or something that Google did, and so many people liked the ad that they did that they wanted Google to release a way for people to create their own search stories. So all you do, and if you remember, I did one of these in my first video, all you have to do is enter in search terms, and I'll show you exactly what's going to happen. It's really simple. So let's say you're a plumber. You could type pipe leaking, how to choose a reputable plumber, plumber reviews. Then we'll put the name of our business, ABC Plumbing, and this is obviously a fictional company. If I could type correctly. And I think you have to have at least 5 in your search story. So I'm gonna put call today and phone number 357. Okay. So if I click on next, we can choose music. There's different categories here. Let's see. Concerned. That sounds good. Next. Now it's actually producing my video. And we only did 5, but you can do up to 7. And it's going to show us our video here. Here we go. Pipe leaking. How to choose a reputable plumber. Okay, that's our video. Now, if there's something that showed up that you didn't like for example, you put in a search engine and it returned other competition, you don't want that in there. So you could go back and change it. You could go back and change the music if you don't like it, but we're just going to go with that for now. So for the title of the story, you want to put your key search terms, what you think people are typing in when they're looking for you. So I'm just going to put in plumber Toronto. We've been dealing with this Toronto plumber example since the first video, and then I'll put the name of our business, ABC Plumbing. The genre doesn't matter at all. Here you're going to put in your website address, and you have to put this HTTP because this will make it into a clickable link. Okay, then you can put info about your business. If I could type, we are great. Obviously you don't want to type that, but here's the last little trick I'll teach you. You're going to put your business's name, address, and whatever phone number I put before. Name, address, and phone number. The name, address, and phone number is what we call a citation. And the more places you have citations online, the more it helps your business rank in the Google local listings. This is very important. It's one of the best ways to get onto the first page of Google. And the YouTube citation is a great one to have. Why? Because Google owns YouTube, and Google sees YouTube as a high authority site. So if they have, this just validates that you're a legitimate business. They see your name, address, and phone number listed the same way on multiple websites. Here it is on a high authority site. It helps. It's a little trick I'm going to teach you, little ninja trick. Make sure you put your citation in the description of your search story. And then you click here to upload it to YouTube. You have to check to agree to the terms of service. You can read them if you want. And now it's going to ask you to log into your Google account. That is the one thing you will need. You'll need a Google account or YouTube account. If you don't already have one, then you should create one. And you can sign up for it right here with this link. And you sign in. And I'm not going to actually do it because I don't want this video on my account, but you sign in and it will automatically upload the video to YouTube, and now you've got a video on YouTube that is optimized with keywords, and hopefully when somebody searches for Plumber Toronto, if that's what you were trying to rank for, eventually your YouTube video will show up hopefully on the first page of Google. So I'm going to go back, and I hope that served you. I want to invite you to the next training in the series. This is going to be the last training in the series. I'm going to do a case study. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to market my insurance agency online, what steps I took, what platforms I used, what software I used, all of that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did when I was first learning, but in more of a streamlined way. I'm going to tell you, exactly how I did it and what was most effective. The last thing I'm going to do is give you more resources. There are 2 social media platforms that are designed for offline businesses. They're designed to bring people into your business, so I'm going to talk about those. And so make sure you sign up to receive that training if you haven't already at www.litpathmarketing.com. Sign up and make sure you get on our list so that you can receive that training. If you have any questions or comments, as always, please leave them in the comment box below. I'm going to be reviewing the questions and answering them personally. If you have any comments, I'd like to hear them. And if there's anything that you want me to address in a future training series, I'd be happy to get those comments as well. Again, I hope this training has served you and that you're excited to get started marketing your business online. If that's the case, watch your email for our next training, and I'll see you then.